Hi, welcome to jackspirko.com. I am Jack Spirko, and this is going to be the first edition of the 5 Minutes with Jack podcast, and we're going to be talking about being an internet entrepreneur. And actually, we're really going to be talking about being an entrepreneur. I think the days of you're an entrepreneur or you're an internet entrepreneur are gone. Even if you're, primarily what they would call a brick and mortar business today, you have to have a website, you have to be doing things online. And we're not even going to just be talking about being an entrepreneur. I think this podcast is going to be really good for people that maybe don't even want to own a business of their own, but what they really want is they want stability in their life, and they want to be able to maximize the internet either for just a little bit of extra money, maybe it's a part-time entrepreneur rather than a full-time entrepreneur, or they want to have a career. They want to stay as an employee, they want to work for companies, but they want to accept the fact that, as I've said many times, the resume is dead. That it's just not the way to get a job anymore, that being known and connecting with people is the way to maximize your career. So for anybody that is concerned with their career or making money online, I think you'll enjoy this podcast. In the first edition, I just really want to tell you about why I'm doing this. Not really who I am and why you should listen to me too much. I'm going to do that in the second episode, and from there we'll go straight into my thoughts on business and tips and what to do. But I want to lay a groundwork with you as to who I am and where this is all from and why you should listen to it. I actually am a full-time internet entrepreneur now. I have been working online since 1999. I built my first website in 1999. It was called Celestine View. It's a terrible website. It's horrible color schemes. It was done in like a very early version of Front Page. I had absolutely no design skills, no knowledge. I got a book and a software program and some web space, and I threw it up there about an author that I thought was kind of cool named James Redfield. And over the years, that little stupid site that I built in the beginning that I left up just so everybody can see that everyone starts somewhere. Kind of became a passion of mine, in addition to teaching people and helping people, was the internet and technology and what can I do with it. And over the years, I actually found a lot of ways to make money online. In fact, I had some projects that made me a lot of money in very short periods of time, but nothing ever really stuck long term. But because I had this passion for the internet, I quit my job as a salesperson and I went full-time as an internet marketer. But first, as an employee, I took the skills that I had in around 2004. I made a career shift and actually became director of internet marketing services for a very large design firm and advertising firm in the Dallas area. From there, I went and worked as the internet marketing manager for a large telecommunications company called Sage Telecom, which was at the time the largest competing, CLEC or second-tier phone service. And but eventually, what happened is one day I had actually created a company of my own with a partner, and we were helping 3 other companies grow along with that. And I was just getting frustrated and realized I wasn't living my passion. So I climbed into my car with a small MP3 recorder and this. Let me see if I can get that free. This little headset right here. And I put that on my head and I started talking about preparedness, about survival living, about anything that you could do to make sure that you were prepared for disasters, which was a real passion. And to that I brought in outdoors activities and gardening and fishing and homesteading and everything that was really me. And what I'll tell you happened from that point forward was this. Now, I'll actually be honest with you. Some of those projects I mentioned in the past, I actually made more money in a month on some of those projects than I would made maybe any of 3 of my best months out of this podcast, because they were big hits that went and then kind of dropped. But when I followed my passion, instead of getting like a hit and a drop, what I've had is this steady growth. And my show has grown from me and this and a recorder in my car on my commute to work and back to a full-time business. And I was able to pull that off in about 1.5 years. I've been doing it a little over 2 years now. And this is where I work every day, and that's what I do every day. And my customers, I hate to even call them customers because they're more my community, my friends, my listeners, all 14,000 of them that tune in every day. A big portion of them started asking me, hey, I want, as part of my preparedness, to have control of my own destiny. I want my own business. So I'm doing this site initially as a service to them because they've asked for it. And this is my big thing for you with episode 1, and we'll wrap up. Follow your passion, and you're going to hear me say that over and over and over again. I'm going to put it to you this way. You might think, I'd like to know about those ways that this guy made a bunch of money really quick. I'll tell you what they are, but I'll also tell you, use them in your passion. Don't chase the niches or the things that I did in the past. If you want to live a life doing things that you don't like, if you want to live a life doing stuff you hate, if you want to compromise your integrity, if you want to forget your DNA, what makes you you, if you want to do all that stuff, that's a great way to live in a cubicle for the rest of your life or on an assembly line. If you're going to own your own business, don't compromise, because your audience doesn't want you to compromise. You'll piss people off. I'll piss you off if you keep tuning into this. Someday you may never want to hear from me again, and some of you will actually turn it off and go away. Good. The people that leave don't fit me. The people that stay fit me. We're kindred spirits, like attracting like, in the words of Richard Bach. There are 6 billion people or something like that in this world today. Is it 6.9? I don't know. There's billions of people in the world today, and with the internet you can reach most of them. You only need about 1,000 that really love you and what you are and what you're about and what you do. So be true to yourself. With that, we'll close up episode 1, and it closes our welcome. And I want to reiterate this one more time. I don't care if this is the first video on the site and you're one of the first people here, or there's 100 videos on the site now, and you're thinking to yourself, this is his first video, maybe I should just start going through the others. Don't even get started with anything unless you're going to follow your passion. That's really what it's all about. This has been 5 Minutes with Jack, helping you figure out how to master the internet.